Afternoon. My name is Lisa. Today is Friday, June 26th. We're using the Gilded Tarot by Ciro, Marchetti, and Barbara Moore. King of Pentacles is the first one that's coming out. King of Pentacles, grounded individual that knows his value, takes his time before making a financial, a physical, anything to do with his health. Pentacles, yeah, are sign of health, our physical well-being, our finances, our home, anything that is material, anything that matters to us, anything that is of material value. King of Pentacles is a wise person. He hasn't gotten there by not doing the hard work. He knows how to receive, and he knows how to wisely spend his energy. He knows where to put his energy. He enjoys life. He's a guy who's enjoying life. He's not running around thinking that things won't be taken care of, or that he's confident. He's confident in his abilities. Remember, we had the Emperor come up a couple of days ago, the Emperor card. So he would be an aspect of this king, someone who's managing. He's a great manager. You know what? I'm thinking about this in terms of the upcoming Capricorn full moon that will happen on Monday, the 29th. He would be a guy who, knows how to handle the structure of life. He's a great manager, great business acumen, the Star. So, there's our Star card. She's a major arcana. So whereas the Emperor is a major arcana as well, the King is a court card. So this may represent somebody around you who you look toward as a mentor, for somebody who's like managing his life like really well, manages his finances, his health, his energy levels, like anything that he did, any kind of, whatever investment means for you, whatever value means to you, the material aspects of those, or even the unseen, like I said, like even the energetic, any kind of energy exchange. He knows how to handle it. He's going to have that in really good balance. So speaking, but this is on the day-to-day. Remember, our court cards and our minor arcana are day-to-day energies, the things that we're doing on the day in and day out. So we have a king that's here and representative, and this is going to be the masculine. So there would be some kind of actionable thing that's happening, or some kind of exchange, some kind of, like I said, like energetic exchange. And so speaking in balance, so, here we have the Star card. So these are, the Star cards is representative of Aquarius, which is the water bearer. So one of the attributes of Aquarius is that, and the north node of the moon is about to be going into Aquarius. In July. So this upcoming full moon, I think, is a lot of the harbinger of some of things coming in, especially with Jupiter also moving into the sign of Leo about 6 hours after the moon becomes at its apex fullness on the 29th. So Jupiter will go into Leo, and Leo is actually the opposite sign of Aquarius. So what we're going to want, what we're doing is some of this is kind of like harbingers of that type of energy, and this is that balance. Aquarius knows, and this is North Node stuff. So North Node would be the things that we're wanting to like cultivate, and the things we're wanting to do better. So what Aquarius does, one of its attributes is that it's the water bearer. It's not a water sign, it's an air sign. So it has to get really strategic about how much energy it's going to put out in order to get water to all the people. It is a water bearer. It's trying to bring water and, life-giving water, that's something all life needs, right? In order to make sure everybody is So things keep flowing. So things keep, that's why it has those signs. Those are actually sound waves, but regardless, they're waves. So things keep flowing. So things keep moving. And I also noticed that there's some kind of a timepiece behind her. So we want things to go along in time. You can't have a flood. You want things to go along in time. But so it might take some time to, kind of catch traction with how you do balance your energy enough to be able to attend to all of the things that you find that are of value to you, and to kind of and then I'm also thinking about the flow of water. And one of the important things about water is that it can flush things out. So again, keeping things flowing. You don't want anything to get stagnant, because then we have like a greedy king and he's upside down and we're holding on to things unnecessarily. What needs to kind of flow out in order for you to have fresh new water come toward you? So, what kind of ideas about how you're spending your energy or are you coming up with that may not actually be of service? What do you need to kind of let go? What kind of energetic exchange no longer vibes with you? That again, vibes, it's sound waves. And it may be things that are harsh to your ears. Remember, Uranus, which is the ruler of Aquarius in modern times, is in Gemini. So again, these are day-to-day, like now it's, and he'll be in Gemini for like 7 years. So, and he's just in the beginnings of this. So this is in Gemini. That's all about how we, think. That's our internal. We need to transform the way that internal that internal dialogue is going. And that is where, again, like, or, maybe turn down or turn off entirely the chatter and talk of things around you that no longer vibe with you, that don't even make sense to you anymore. And, that maybe are actually, causing an emotional imbalance, a disruption to your emotional intelligence. Jupiter in Cancer at the 29th degree as we're going into this full moon in Capricorn and then going into Leo. What are the things that are like actually getting in your way of your, understanding your own self-worth, your own belief? Knows his self-worth, your own beliefs. What's getting in the way of you actually hearing yourself enough to continue to pursue your creative endeavors in a way that is in true confidence? Because you can't be confident if you've got, chatter around you, whether it's in your own head or whether it's coming from, some external source that's telling you that you can't do it, or you're not good enough, or, it's always like tearing you down. What are the degrading, like, energies around you that are just not vibing anymore? They don't vibe. They don't even ring true. Anyway, star moment. So there's that. What else do we have in? That's all stuff to like bring into this upcoming weekend as we're heading into this full moon, because we're building up to this full moon now. And we're still, and we're finally in Cancer season. Like I said, those are a bunch of cards. We're not going to take all of those. Anyway, this reading is for the collective. It's on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. If you want your own private reading, I'm happy to do that for you. Just direct message me on any of those platforms. Like, share, subscribe, because that's the way the messages get out to people, or directly share it to somebody who needs it. So this card came out, Ace of Swords. Yeah, Ace of Swords. So new thinking, new ideas, fresh new ideas. You can't hear fresh new ideas or even fathom them, if we're constantly, surrounded by or listening to a belief system and a structure that's toxic. And that's another thing that the Capricorn full moon is typically about something that we're full up of that we now need to let go. They're structures that no longer serve us. They may be served at one point, but we've learned those lessons and we're moving on. Again, learning lessons. Learning is one of the things that is a Jupiterian, learning on a very high level, learning. So we've learned something on such a high level that now those things need to go and they aren't serving our purposes any longer. And so things may feel fresh, things may feel new. Things may have been newly cut away that we are, we're knowing are, they're not going to be part of how we move forward into the exciting. This is very exciting. Sometimes this is depicted with like a lightning, which in the background there is a little storm, right? And a blue ribbon. It's all new ways of thinking, all new ways of communicating. Again, Uranus in Gemini. So again, look at the astrology. I'm sure there's tons of it out there, because this is like the big thing of the season is, the nodes are moving, Jupiter's ingressing into Leo, and at the same time as we're having this Capricorn full moon. And, Capricorn was where, we had all of that stuff tearing down the structures. A lot of things that we're seeing going on now are, a result of all of that big wash that went through Capricorn. Back around, through 2020 and prior to that. So again, look Dorothy Morgan. I always recommend her. She's a great astrologer. Follow her and look in on the things that she's saying. And there's tons of stuff out there. So educate yourself, because the tarot is a way to depict and support what's going on in the sky and the various energies that we have to work with. Say your prayers, make your intentions, and see yourself in a whole new light. I love you. Enjoy this reading. We'll be back and give you another one tomorrow. Take care.